Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake. Man, I'm rocking with y'all, and y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're going to be speaking on the major update within the Julio Foolio case and the arrests that have been made. Now, this was a drill unlike anything we've ever seen. 4K surveillance video of the shooters, cinematic rainfall, this action figure looking ass dude. I mean, the production was so damn good it looked like Drew filmed it. But the reality is, the Julio Foolio hit will go down in history and sadly will take more lives than one. June 26th, 2024, only 3 days after Foolio was ambushed, Jacksonville sheriffs observed a gold SUV speeding with dark tinted windows. Patrol lights were activated on the unmarked sheriff's vehicle and a traffic stop was conducted. The driver was identified as 18-year-old Sean Gaithright. The smell of marijuana was coming from the vehicle, but Sean denied having or smoking any. Sean would be asked to step out and would stand at the back of the vehicle while the deputy searched inside, finding a small bag with marijuana residue and mushrooms. A Glock 19 would be found in the center console, and in the back seats would be several bags of ammo along with firearm parts and accessories. Sean would be arrested and taken into custody, where he was taken to the Crime Gun Intelligence Center office for an interview. The very next day, Jacksonville sheriffs received actionable intelligence in reference to a conspiracy to commit murder. Based on the new info, a search warrant was obtained and immediately executed. Detectives arrived at a home located on Jacksonville's north side. They've been informed 21-year-old Isaiah Chance, 21-year-old Alicia Andrews, and a baby were inside of the home. Surrounding the house, detectives began giving verbal commands over a PA system for the next 15 to 20 minutes before they surrendered.
Isaiah Chance, this is the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office.
Hey, he do look like an action figure. It look like a movie scene out there. That's crazy.
We are not going away.
Once in custody,
they shot that in 8K.
Quiet. Monday, July 29th, 2024, the Tampa police chief, along with the sheriff of Jacksonville and the Hillsborough County State Attorney, announced 3 arrests in the death of Charles Jones, aka Foolio. Alicia, Isaiah, and Sean were all being charged with first-degree premeditated murder, which under Florida law is punishable by death. They'd also be charged with conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, but Sean, the youngest of the 3, would face additional charges. And by additional, I mean 3 counts of attempted premeditated murder with a firearm and tampering with physical evidence. 2 other men would be named and listed as wanted for murder: 30-year-old Rashad Murphy and 27-year-old Davion Murphy. The 2 cousins and Sean are accused of being the 3 shooters who ambushed Foolio's car, leaving him dead and 3 others injured. They'd be captured on hotel surveillance along with cameras from a parked Tesla. On the day of the murder, Isaiah and his girlfriend Alicia tracked and followed Foolio to 2 separate locations in Tampa. At each location, they got out of their vehicle and Isaiah used a cell phone. After the cell phone communication, suspects in a second vehicle arrived at each location. Both vehicles then followed Julio Foolio from a club to the hotel. One of the vehicles would drive by Foolio's parked car twice, seemingly confirming which car he was in. Then, 3 armed shooters exited their vehicle and opened fire, killing Foolio with a handgun and 2 rifles. Surveillance footage, license plate readers, and car logs would identify 2 vehicles to the suspects. Law enforcement is well aware Julio Foolio was from 6 Block and rivaled rapper Young and Ace, who was ATK. ATK being short for Aim to Kill, or Ace's Top Killers. Come to find out, Isaiah is a documented member of ATK, while the Murphy cousins are documented members / affiliates of another gang known as 1200, with both ATK and 1200 being allies. The war between the two gangs has been going on well over a decade, resulting in dozens of murders on both sides, and now law enforcement believes all of the listed suspects worked together to track and kill Julio Foolio.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Isaiah would be more commonly known as Gutta Zay, and his one and only rap video would eerily resemble the night Foolio was killed, even though it was recorded 10 months prior. His girlfriend, Alicia, is rumored by fans to have been one of the females at Julio Foolio's Airbnb party. Tuesday, July 30th, 2024, with the help of U.S. Marshals, Jacksonville sheriffs were able to locate Rashad Murphy in an apartment complex in southwest Jacksonville after midnight. SWAT would arrive at the scene as it was now a standoff, with Rashad refusing to come out and allegedly on FaceTime with his girlfriend with a gun to his own head. Rashad would eventually surrender and be placed into custody, and at this time, only Davion Murphy is on the run. As far as Sean, not much is known about the 18-year-old, but what is known is in his arrest report he was arrested for speeding, found with drugs and a gun, and was transported to an interview room. The next day, Jacksonville sheriffs received actionable intelligence in reference to a conspiracy to commit murder. Now it's too early to know for sure, but for Sean to get arrested for something unrelated, and the very next day sheriffs have enough info to grab Isaiah and Alicia, it sounds like Sean may have already folded in the case.
Look at
him being the youngest involved and now accused as being a shooter, it wouldn't be that hard to imagine. But we'll just have to wait and see how the case plays out.
Yeah, that's a little fishy.
Now, in the beginning of the video, I told y'all that the Julio Foolio hit is going to take more lives than one. And what I mean by that is, they're not going to get out of this situation. I don't like it. Apparently, allegedly, there's been a lot of unfollows regarding the people that have been arrested. I'm not going to get into who unfollowed who because the police are going to put all this shit together. And the amount of evidence that a lot of people on YouTube are trying to put together, like, oh, this dude's not in this gang, he's really in that gang. Let the police figure that out. You don't have to do it for them unless you're really just trying to get a badge. Let them figure it out. They're saying one of them is this gang, let it be. They're saying this is how it happened. No, this is how it... Let them figure it out. We don't have to piece it together. We piece it together when we get the paperwork because that's what they got. We're not giving them new information. We're using the information that they got. But I'll say this. Seeing everything we've seen and not even getting into everything that they have as far as the police, I don't see them getting out of this situation. I don't see them, for one, having the money to fight this case. For two, the cell phone logs that they're about to put together are going to trace them all the way from Jacksonville to Tampa to each location Foolio was at, and then obviously leading up to the murder. It's going to be similar to the YNW Melly case, how they were able to use T-Mobile to track his cell phone location. They are able to tell when your vehicle is stopped or moving. This case is going to be, I don't want to say quick.
It was a crash out.
I can just imagine that some of them are going to try to plea out early.
I think
in order to do so, they're going to have to snitch, going to have to cooperate. Some of them are going to get fucking punished. And there's going to be no leniency. There's going to be no plea. It's going to be straight up life sentences. Now, premeditated murder, you can get executed in the state of Florida. So that's kind of the deal. Hey, we can strap you down to a table and execute you with a needle, or you can plea out to life in prison. What do you want to do? Usually people are going to plead out to life in prison. Not too many people are beating the death penalty, and if they do beat the death penalty, they still end up punished with life in prison. So there's not too much going around this shit. Seeing how everything went down, you know, it was alleged that the rifles had shell catches, so none of the casings would be left at the scene. Some of it seems very planned. Some of it seems very sloppy.
Man,
not everyone thought everything through. Why they would have a female riding around with dude, dropping locations to the other guys. Like, they're not going to put all that together. I don't know. But it just goes to show you how thirsty they were to catch Julio Foolio. Now, everybody's biggest question, what's going to happen with Young and Ace? I don't fucking know. I don't necessarily see a direct tie to Young and Ace other than the fact that he knows motherfuckers involved. But do I think that he sent it? No. Why? Well, because he was overly confident. The second it happened, he's dropping music videos and taking full advantage of the situation.
Ain't nobody who moving like that gonna do that.
If I played a major role in some shit and it happened, I'm not saying a fuck that.
He capitalized.
Like, damn, that sucks. That had nothing to do with it. But if I didn't have nothing to do with it, I'm gonna be like, damn, I'm gonna take full advantage. And that's exactly what he's doing. He's an artist. He's been dissed multiple times. Julio Foolio's biggest disses are dissing Young and Ace's closest people that were killed right in front of him. So nobody can understand Young and Ace's pain. Nobody can say, oh, you should be the bigger person and nah. Fuck that. You just witnessed 3 of your closest people get killed and you almost died. I don't know what is gonna happen in this case. I'm obviously intrigued and I'm gonna keep y'all updated. Do I think Young and Ace played a role? I'm gonna say no. And I'll let y'all argue that or agree with it. We'll see in the comment section how it goes. But this is gonna be something that's very drawn out. This isn't gonna be a quick case. This isn't gonna be said and done. It's only gonna get worse. And by worse, I mean there may be more arrests. And the more evidence that comes out, we're gonna be able to form a better opinion on how we think this case will go. But let me know y'all's thoughts and comments in the comment section.
Boy.
It's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all and y'all rocking with me. Till next time.
Man, that's crazy. Well, listen, with the whole Ace thing, I came to terms to say the same thing. I was like, man, he can't have anything to do with that. The way he responded with the music and stuff like that. You know, just knowing if you would have had a hand in something that big, you're not about to be that goofy to move like that. So, you know, after seeing how he started stumping with the music and it's a smart move. You gonna capitalize off of that. I mean, that's the business of it. I mean, it ain't like the negativity ain't already in the music within itself. And again, just like he mentioned, I mean, we seen what Ace went through. So, you know, man, come on, man. So that's being said. So I do think after a while, but I'm gonna say this though, if he is involved and they will be able to find out, if they do find out, it will be through those cell phone records. Any type of records, if they go back far enough to even see if he had a send on something to say something like that, that'd be the only way. Or unless one of his guys really rat him out just saying like, yo, it came from Ace. Other than that, it's kind of hard to say if he was really involved. Initially, I would have said like, okay, I mean, just knowing the beef, yeah, man, we already know Ace behind that. You know, it's easy, but when he started kind of moving, dropping it, I was like, nah, ain't nobody gonna be that goofy, at least in my opinion. I agree with him because I end up saying the same thing. But like he say, we gotta let them do their investigation on that, see how that come out, and if it is what it is, then hey, we'll find out, and that's what's gonna happen is gonna happen. I want to mention too with the one of the cousins, the one that got caught in the house or in the apartment, the one that's trying to put the gun to his head. What, you trying to commit suicide? Nah, that's crazy. For you to even agree to do something like that, see, this is why I be telling people, like, most people do things in the moment. You know what I mean? Whether it was money involved, whether it was hype involved, most things be for the moment, because you can't sit up here and tell me that the moment they came knocking, as if you didn't think they was gonna ever catch you behind this, you was ready to end it all. That's crazy to me. That's how you know they don't be really with it on foe. Like, y'all really don't be with it how y'all claim to be, even moving like that. Y'all jumped up on that crash out mission to go and take this man out, and now you want to take yourself out. Like, so who won? That's why I be saying it ain't no winning in this game. Now you want to run from life, you running from the law, now you want to take your own life. That's just to hear that was crazy to me, because I'm like, nah, you got to stand on that. You know, I feel like if you down to do something like that, stand on it, man. Stand on what you doing. Like, that's what, but again, nowadays, it's just crash out junk, man. It's goofy. Y'all already know how it go, man. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. Peace.
Yeah, whoa.